и знамя победы! Смирно! Для
The national
встречи
flag of the
слева!
Russian Federation
Накра!
and the victory banner. For over 60 years, soldiers of the Honor Guard Battalion of the Preobrazhensky Regiment have had the honor of carrying the national flag of the Russian Federation and the victory banner onto Red Square, accompanied by the music of the Sacred War by Lebedev Kumach. This song has become a symbol of the unwavering will of the nation that rose to defend its land and defeated the enemy. Today, the national flag of the Russian Federation and the victory banner are carried by the regiment's top servicemen, Sergeant Ivan Shepitsyn and Private Artem Stepanenko. The color guard groups are led by Major Alexei Ruklenko and First Lieutenant Vitaly Shepilov.
Парад! Смирно!
Parade, attention.
Встречи слева! На край! Фу!
Inspecting the parade is Russia's defense minister, hero of Russia, Army General Sergei Shoigu. Leading the parade is Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Army General Oleg Salykov.
Товарищ министр обороны Российской Федерации, войска Московского
Mr. Defense
гарнизона
Minister,
для парада
the troops of the Moscow garrison
74-й годовщины победы
are
в Великой
prepared
Отечественной войне,
for the parade marking
командующий
the
парадом
74th
генерал армии Стрелков.
anniversary of the great victory. General Salykov. Review of the troops begins. For the first time ever, the defense minister and the parade commander ride in Urus convertibles designed on a new Russian automobile platform by the NAMI Research Center. The car's technical characteristics and capabilities are on par with the highest world standards.
Здравствуйте, товарищи!
The defense minister greets the troops
Поздравляю вас с 74-й годовщиной победы в Великой
and
Отечественной
wishes them
войне.
Happy Victory Day.
Здравствуйте, товарищи! Поздравляю вас с 74-й годовщиной победы в Великой Отечественной войне.
In recent years, Russia's armed forces acquired brand new characteristics. The Russian army reliably ensures the nation's sovereignty and independence, successfully fulfilling its overarching duty, which is to protect and defend our country.
Здравствуйте, товарищи! Поздравляю вас с 74-й годовщиной победы в Великой Отечественной войне!
Combat training in the Russian armed forces is constantly improving. In 2018, over 18,000 military exercises have been carried out at different levels. New weapons, military equipment, and hardware have been introduced.
Здравствуйте, товарищи! Поздравляю вас с 74-й годовщиной победы в Великой Отечественной войне!
Rearming of the Russian armed forces continues. In 2018, the army received 4,500 units of the latest military hardware, including 800 tanks and BMPs, over 270 jets and helicopters, more than 50 anti-aircraft missile systems, and 34 vessels.
Здравствуйте, товарищи! Поздравляю вас с 74-й годовщиной победы в Великой Отечественной войне!
The defense minister has concluded the inspection and now heads over to the central stand to report to President Vladimir Putin, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces. Comrade Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces, the troops of the Moscow garrison are prepared for the parade. Defense Minister Shoigu reporting.
Уважаемые граждане России,
Citizens of Russia,
дорогие ветераны,
dear veterans,
товарищи солдаты и
soldiers
матросы,
and seamen,
сержанты и
surgeons
старшины,
and petty officers,
мичманы и прапорщики, товарищи
officers
офицеры,
of the Army and
генералы
of the
и
Navy,
адмиралы.
generals and admirals,
Поздравляю вас с Днем Победы,
Happy Victory Day.
с Днем нашей гордости,
This is the day of our pride and mourning.
нашей безграничной благодарности
This is the day of
защитникам
gratitude. We are grateful
разгромившим
to
нацизм.
those who defended our motherland
Сегодня все
and
они
defeated
нам
Nazism.
грандиозной победы.
Today,
Ради нее они
we
воевали,
celebrate all of them. This is the victory they
жертвенный
fought
путь
and labored
человеческих
for.
испытаний,
They sacrificed
несгибаемой
a
твердыней
lot.
стояли в пекле сражений.
They defended our country in fierce battles.
Отдали все, что могли,
They went
и
through
добились.
all these trials and eventually they secured this victory for us. And year after year, we realize more and more what they accomplished for us. We understand the value of this victory, how much it means to our people. They defended, they saved us, and liberated the nations of Europe. We have a lot of heroic moments in our history, but our victory over Nazism takes a special place in our history. The Nazis thought they were above the rest of mankind, and many states were vanquished by this force. This made the Nazis insolent. They thought they could defeat the Soviet Union in a matter of weeks, defeat Russia with its thousands of years of history. But it didn't work out this way. Yes, we suffered some defeats, and we retreated in the first months after the war broke out. But then 5 million new troops joined the armed forces. Tens of thousands of people joined the militia. Dozens of major factories were moved to the east and started production anew in the Urals, on the Volga River, in Siberia. The whole country worked for the troops at the front line. This was our true second front, the labor front, where all the people worked hard to support the troops. All of our people worked for the victory. The garrison of the Brest fortress was among the first to fight the enemy. They fought to the last man. The inscriptions on the wall of the Brest fortress take our breath away even to this day. I'm going to die, but I will not surrender, for example. And what our troops do today shows us that they have not forgotten about the past. This is what makes the Russian army undefeatable and so reliable. Millions of people fought like this in the battles of Moscow and Stalingrad, the Kursk, and the Dnieper. They protected old Russian capitals, Kiev and Novgorod, Smolensk, Odessa, Sevastopol. We all remember the siege of Leningrad. In every battle in all those cities, soldiers performed astounding heroic acts. Over 50% of those awarded with the Gold Star of the Hero of the Soviet Union were under 25 years old. Many of them joined the army right after high school. Many of them did not get a chance to have a family, children. They sacrificed their lives for the future of their country, for our freedom. For each one of us, we will always remember what they did. We will always remember their sacrifice. We will always remember the price they paid to get us this victory. We bow our heads in the memory of our fathers and grandfathers, husbands and wives, brothers, sisters, our family members and friends. We mourn the veterans who are no longer with us this year. Let's now have a minute of silence.
Дорогие друзья,
Dear friends,
память о Великой
the memory
Отечественной войне,
of the Great
о
Patriotic
ее
War,
правде, это наша
the
совесть
truth about this
и наша
war,
ответственность.
is our
Сегодня мы видим,
responsibility
как в ряде
today.
государств
Today, in a number
осознанно
of
искажают
countries,
события
we
войны,
see the facts of
как
this war
возводят
being
в кумиры
distorted.
тех, кто, забыв про честь и человеческое
We
достоинство,
see how people who
прислуживал
forgot
нацистам,
about human dignity
бесстыдно врут
and
своим
served the
детям,
Nazis are being
предают
glorified
своих
today.
предков.
This is a
Наш
betrayal
святой долг
of their
защитить подлинных героев.
fathers and grandfathers.
Мы
It is our
преклоняемся
duty
перед
to
всеми
protect
ветеранами
real
поколения
heroes. We
Вы живете в
admire
разных странах,
all the veterans.
но подвиг,
You
который
live in
вы
different
совершили
countries, but
вместе,
what you did
нельзя,
during this war
невозможно
will
разделить.
never be
Мы всегда будем
forgotten
чтить
or
всех вас,
divided. We will always
прославлять
remember
победу,
all of you.
которая
We
была
will
и
always
остается
honor the
одной
victory,
нацией.
which has always been our common
Уроки
victory.
прошедшей войны по-прежнему
The
актуальны.
lessons
Мы
of
делали и будем
this war
делать все
remain
необходимое,
relevant today, and we
чтобы
will
обеспечить
always do
высокую боеспособность
everything
наших
we
вооруженных
have
сил,
to make
оборонный
sure
потенциал
our army
самого современного
remains strong,
Будем и
equipped
дальше
with
укреплять
modern
престиж
weapons.
ратной службы,
We will
авторитет
continue
солдат и
promoting
офицеров,
military service,
защитников Отечества.
supporting our officers and our
Россия
soldiers.
открыта к сотрудничеству
At the same
со всеми,
time, Russia is
кто
open
готов
for
на деле
cooperation
противостоять
with
терроризму,
all those who are ready to fight terrorism, neo-Nazism,
коллективный отпор
and
носителям
extremism.
смертоносных идей снова имеет определяющее значение.
Today,
Мы
it
призываем
is
все
once again
страны
important to
осознать
fight
нашу
these
общую
evils
ответственность
collectively.
за создание
We encourage
эффективной,
all the
равной
countries
для
to
всех
realize
системы
that we
безопасности.
need a system of
Наш народ
collective
знает, что такое
and
война.
indivisible
Каждую
security
семью
for
она
all.
принесла горе,
Our country, our
неисчислимые
people
страдания.
know
Мы ничего не забыли.
what kind of suffering war brings. We haven't forgotten anything. We remember all of it. We honor the memory of the soldiers who secured this victory for us.
День Победы всегда сближает.
The
Роднит все
Victory
поколения,
Day
открывает сердца навстречу.
always brings
Сегодня мы
all sorts of
не
people
скрываем своих
together.
эмоций.
Today,
Эти
we all
искренние
feel
чувства
emotional,
объединяют
and it
сегодня
is
всю
genuine.
Россию.
This emotion
Мы гордимся нашей
unites
сплоченностью.
our country
Рады, что
today,
вместе с нами
and we are
дети и
proud
внуки.
to be united.
Что можем
We are proud that
передать
our
им
children and
священную
grandchildren
память
are
о
here with us
героических
today,
свершениях
and
наших
we
отцов
can
и дедов.
hand the memory, the
Быть
sacred
уверены,
memory
что их
of
подвиг,
this
их
victory
победы
onto them.
будут жить вечно.
And we know that the memory
Слава
of
народу
this war and
победителю!
this victory will live on forever.
С праздником
Glory to our victorious
Победы!
people. Happy Victory Day.
Ура!
Hurrah!
Парад! Смирно! Торжественному маршу! Побатальонно!
на одного линейного дистанции. Первый батальон прямо, остальные направо. На плечо. Равнение направо. Шагом марш!
Parade procession of military formation begins. Army General Alat leads the parade. For over 80 years, military parades on Red Square have started with the drummer squad of the Halilov Moscow Military Musical College. The young musicians set the marching rhythm for the parade. The parade drummer squad is led by college principal Colonel Alexander Gerasimov. The national flag of the Russian Federation, the victory banner, and the banner of the Russian armed forces are carried across Red Square. The color guard units are escorted by the honor guards of the Army, the Navy, and the Aerospace Forces. These are the youngest participants of the Victory Day Parade. The parade formation of the Suvorov Military College, led by Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Zorichev, march across the square. Thousands of officers express gratitude to their college instructors who taught them valor and courage, important qualities of homeland defenders. These are the cadets of the Tver Suvorov Military College. 75 years ago, it was the first military school that opened its doors to boys who had lived through World War II. The parade formation is led by Principal Colonel Vladimir Lyahov. This is the parade formation of the St. Petersburg Nakhimov Naval College, led by Rear Admiral Vladimir Burakov. The Nakhimov College cadets will become naval officers and continue the legacy of renowned Russian sea captains. We now see young sailors from the Kronstadt Naval Cadet Corps. The only Russian school of this kind. The parade formation is led by Captain Nikolai Dobchenko. Marching in the parade are the school's top students. They will continue the glorious legacy and victories of the Russian Navy. This is the column of the Moscow Presidential Cadet College of the National Guard, led by its principal, Colonel Nikolai Perepecha. Joining the parade for the first time ever are graduates of the Alexander Nevsky Investigative Committee Academy. The formation is led by Colonel Igor Alexandrov. UnArmy, Young Army Patriotic Movement formation is led by the Chief of the Main Staff, Cosmonaut and Hero of Russia, Roman Romanenko. Set up by the Defense Ministry, this movement is gaining popularity among thousands of young people. Red Army welcomes the combined army regiment of the Russian Armed Forces. First in line are cadets of the Combined Arms Academy led by its principal, Lieutenant General Alexander Romanchuk. The Academy trains officers for the Army, the National Guard, and other law enforcement agencies. Some of the cadets already have combat experience. Next, we see the parade formation of the Military University of the Russian Defense Ministry, led by the school's principal, Lieutenant General Igor Mishutkin. The university marks its 100th anniversary this year. This is the only university in Russia that offers arts and military education degrees. They're followed by the parade formation of the Krylov Military Logistics Academy, led by its principal, Lieutenant General Andrei Toporov. Over the years, the Academy has trained more than 70,000 military logistics specialists. Over 115 Academy graduates have been awarded with the titles of the Hero of the Soviet Union, the Hero of the Russian Federation, and the Hero of Socialist Labor. Now joining the parade is the Zhukovsky and Gagarin Air Force Academy, representing the Russian Aerospace Forces. The formation is led by Principal Colonel General Gennady Zibrov. The Academy boasts innovative training equipment, including the latest and future aircraft, offering a total of 54 degrees. The Academy is proud of its graduates who have left a significant mark in air and space exploration. More than 1,500 of the Academy graduates have been awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union and of the Russian Federation. The parade formation of the Mazhaysky Military Space Academy is led by Major General Maxim Tenkov. The Mazhaysky Academy trains missile and space specialists. Next, marching across Red Square is the Combined Navy Regiment. First in line are cadets of the Admiral Kuznetsov Academy, led by Captain First Rank Ilyas Shigapov. Over the years, the Academy has produced thousands of commanding Navy officers and prominent researchers. More than 360 graduates have become admirals and generals. More than 30 of them were awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union, Hero of the Russian Federation, and Hero of Socialist Labor. The parade formation of the Nakhimov Black Sea Naval Academy is led by Rear Admiral Alexander Grinkevich. Over the years, the Academy has trained more than 18,000 Navy officers. More than 20 of them have been awarded the title of the Hero of the Soviet Union, Hero of the Russian Federation, and Hero of Socialist Labor. Joining the parade is the Guards Belostok Naval Infantry Brigade, led by Colonel of the Guards Andrei Lazutkin. First deployed to Stalingrad during World War II, the brigade made it all the way to the Elbe River in Germany. Seven Marines of the Belostok Brigade have been awarded the title of the Hero of the Soviet Union and of the Russian Federation. Next, we see the parade formation of the Kirkenes Naval Infantry Brigade, led by Colonel Kirill Nikulin. This brigade is known for its courage and combat skills. 10 Marines of the Kirkenes Brigade have been awarded the title of Hero of the Russian Federation. The Marines' motto has always been, "Wherever we go, there's victory." Every year, more and more women choose to dedicate their lives to serving in the Russian armed forces. The female parade formation of the Signal Corps Military Academy, the Defense Ministry Military University, and the Volsk Military Logistics Academy is led by Colonel Elena Mikhaykina. The female parade formation of the Military Space Academy is led by Major Ekaterina Ryakova. Today, more than 3,000 female officers are serving in the Russian military. The combined parade formation of the Peter the Great Military Academy of the Strategic Missile Forces and its Serpukhov branch is led by Principals Lieutenant General Sergei Siver and Colonel Andrei Morozov. The Strategic Missile Forces Academy and its Serpukhov branch produce operators for the most advanced missile defense systems, including the newest ones equipped with the Sarmat Super Heavy Missile and the Avangard Supersonic Glide Vehicle that allow our country to efficiently tackle any security and sovereignty-related challenges Russia or its allies might face. On December 17th, the Strategic Missile Forces Academy will be celebrating its 60th anniversary. The parade formation of the General Margelov Ryazan Airborne Forces Military Academy is led by Major General Alexei Rogozin. In more than 100 years, over 50,000 cadets graduated from the academy to join the airborne forces. 135 of them became heroes of the Soviet Union and heroes of Russia. The Guards Kostyumer Regiment is led by Hero of Russia Colonel Vladimir Seliverstov. This year, the regiment will be celebrating its 75th anniversary. The paratroopers are holding the newest model of the Kalashnikov assault rifle AK-12. This November, we will mark 100th anniversary of Mikhail Kalashnikov, a famous Russian weapons designer. The parade formation of the military police is led by Colonel Sergei Dolgoryov. Today, military police units uphold the high standards of the Russian military, carrying out missions in the Syrian Arab Republic. Joining the parade is the 38th Independent Railway Brigade, led by Colonel Igor Orlov. For over 150 years, military railway troops have been providing logistics support and developing the nationwide railway network, constructing tens of thousands of kilometers of railway lines. The Marshal Timoshenko Military Academy of Radiation, Chemical and Biological Protection is led by the Academy Superintendent, Major General Igor Yemelyanov. The Academy graduates uphold the traditions and legacy of their predecessors, war veterans. For the first time ever, joining the parade is a formation of the KIKOT, Moscow University of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, led by its superintendent, Police Lieutenant General Igor Kalnichenko. Over 80,000 graduates of the university are now serving in the Russian internal affairs agencies. The parade formation of the Emergencies Ministry is led by Civil Defense Academy Superintendent Major General Viktor Panchenkov. The Academy has trained over 5,000 highly qualified specialists on conducting search and rescue operations. In their hearts, every graduate carries the motto of the Emergencies Ministry: prevention, rescue, help. The parade formations of the National Guard of the Russian Federation are now entering Red Square. First comes the parade formation of the Dzerzhinsky Division, led by Major General Dmitry Cherepanov. This year, the Dzerzhinsky Division will be celebrating its 95th anniversary. Next, the parade formation of the Saratov Military Institute, led by its superintendent Major General Sergei Mukhayed, is entering Red Square. More than 40,000 of the National Guard commanding officers are alumni of the Saratov Military Institute. The parade formation of the Moscow Border Guards Institute of the Federal Security Service is led by Superintendent Major General Valery Kozlov. The institute has produced over 50,000 border guard and security service officers. The Western Military District is represented by the Moscow Garrison. Opening the procession is the parade formation of the 2nd Taman Guards Motor Rifle Division, led by Division Commander Colonel Yevgeny Nikitin. The Taman Division was one of the first to be awarded the title of the Guards Division in September 1941. Next, we see the parade formation of the Kantemirovskaya tank division. During World War II, the division made its way from Voronezh to Prague, producing 37 heroes of the Soviet Union and full cavaliers of the Order of Glory. Next, we see the parade formation of the 27th Sevastopol Brigade, led by Commander Colonel Dmitry Aksenov. During World War II, the brigade was part of the successful offensive operation in Crimea. Today, the brigade is a leading unit in the Western Military District. The Moscow Military Command School cadets are the last to march throughout square in this part of the parade. They are led by Lieutenant Colonel Dmitry Lysov. The school has produced 5 marshals and over 600 generals over the past 100 years. More than 100 of its alumni went on to become heroes of the Soviet Union, heroes of socialist labor, and heroes of Russia. "1,000 musicians of the military band provide the musical accompaniment for the parade. Major General Colonel Timofey Mayakin conducts the orchestra. Now on to the parade formations of the armored column, featuring more than 130 units of the modern military equipment in service of the Russian armed forces. This part of the parade is opened by the legendary T-34 tank, led by First Lieutenant Sergei Gromov. Next, we see the column of Tiger M armored vehicles carrying the Arbalete combat module and the Kornet anti-tank module, and the Typhoon mine-resistant and ambush-protected armored vehicles. The column is led by Captain Konstantin Fuchs. Formation of infantry fighting vehicles that provide fire support for motorized infantry units is entering Red Square. The column is led by Major Igor Matveyev. This column features the modern generation of the Armata T-14 tanks and the Terminator tank support combat vehicles. The column is led by Captain Andrei Baturin. Joining the parade is the formation of the 2nd Taman Guards Motor Rifle Division. Captain Andrei Serikov is heading the procession of the tank units featuring the T-72B3 main battle tank fitted with reactive armor. The parade formation of the Tula Guards Airborne Division is entering a red square. The formation of airborne fighting vehicles and multi-purpose armored vehicles is led by Major Denis Bushkov. The artillery is represented by the column of the 236th Artillery Regiment, featuring the Msta-S howitzers. The column is led by Major Vitaly Tolechko. This artillery system is one of the best in terms of its firepower, rate of fire, and mobility. The Iskander-M missile system of the 112th Missile Brigade is entering red square, followed by multiple rocket launcher Smerch division of the 79th Novozhivkov Guards Artillery Brigade. The column is led by Major Alexander Moiseev. Next, entering red square, we see Tor M2 anti-aircraft systems of the Tarnopol Regiment and the Buk M2 missile systems of the 35th Anti-Aircraft Missile Brigade. The Russian airspace forces are represented by the Kiev SAM Regiment. The column of Panzer S air defense systems is led by Major Mikhail Smirnov. The Tula Defense Factory has developed this unique system to fight any type of aircraft or missile. Formation of S-400 Triumph missiles is now entering red square, led by Major Vladimir Yakunin. The S-400 system is capable of destroying all known types of air targets. We now see the formation of armored vehicles of the Russian National Guard, led by Captain Viktor Karpov. Patrol and Ural armored vehicles are used by Special Operations and Rapid Deployment Forces, Entering Red Square next is the military police armored vehicle formation. We see Typhoon K and Typhoon U multi-purpose armored personnel carriers and Tiger M armored vehicles. The formation is led by Major Pavel Maximov. The parade continues with the formation of the Yars missile launchers of the 54th Guards Missile Division of the Strategic Missile Forces. The formation is led by Lieutenant Colonel Roman Bakshin. Missile brigades equipped with the Yars systems are the key of Russia's mobile nuclear forces. The parade formation of the Boomerang armored personnel carriers, carrying the flags of all the branches of the Russian armed forces, closes this part of the parade. This section of the parade is closed by military musicians, all of the band providing musical accompaniment for the parade. They're led by Colonel Olese Buka. The final formation is now leaving Red Square to the sounds of the patriotic march, Slavicumen's farewell. The victory parade is over. Glory to the veterans of the great patriotic war. Hurrah!